102.3 is live right now. It's official.
And that journey that started 2 years ago has seen Max FM 102.3 growing in leaps and bounds.
In a short period of its existence, Max FM has achieved what many radio stations have only wished for. Just 8 months into its launch, Max FM became the #1 hit music station and has consistently grown its audience since then.
Well, joining us, we have the morning presenters.
Yes,
Mark and
Otabo
Debbie. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Debbie. Wow, Max is 2 years today. How does it feel driving the show that has attracted millions of listeners?
Well, joining us, we have the morning presenters. Yes. Mark and Debbie. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
2 years today. How does it feel driving the show that has attracted millions of listeners?
Well, it feels exciting. It feels it's exciting. It's fulfilling, and of course, this is the job. This is what I was signed up for. It's been beauty all the way, and from the very start, we understand how it was going to be. So we're loving it all the way, though. Fantastic.
Right, for you guys, I know that you are up early in the morning to talk to your listeners and to give them everything they need to know as they drive to work. And of course, we have other on-air personalities as well there. Now, for 2 years, tell us about your joys since you've been in Max FM, ensuring that listeners get the right information at all times.
Give them everything they need to know as they drive to work, and of course, we have other on-air personalities as well there. Now, for 2 years, tell us about your joy since you've been
Thank you so much, everyone.
ensuring that listeners get the right information at all times.
Well, it's all about entertainment, and when you know that that's your job every morning to make people smile to work, smile when they're coming back, even though it can be a tough thing here in Lagos, but we do our best and we make sure that every time they tune in, they catch every single thing, you know, from the music to the conversation. It is all fun all the way, and for 2 years we've been doing that, and it's been fun every single step.
Well, it's all about entertainment, and when you know that.
Well, congratulations to Max FM. Well, it's a family, right?
It's a family.
Congratulations
so
to us.
TVC,
2
Max
years.
FM.
Wow. In such a short while.
And we have amassed a whole lot of following since then till
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely. More details of the celebration will come. We'll speak with colleagues there to know how the celebration will go down later today. But then, all right, moving on now. Max FM is 2 years today.
And that journey that started 2 years ago has seen Max FM 102.3 growing in leaps and bounds. In the short period of its existence, Max FM has achieved what many radio stations have only wished for.
Just 8 months into its launch, Max FM became the #1 hit music station and has consistently grown in its audience since then.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now that's
102.3
yeah.
Max FM. Okay,
That's
my
the
voice is
signature
not as
tune
good.
every time. You know, every time you tune into Max FM, that signature tune just pops everything out.
As
You
in,
know, it's
one of the
brings out-
best sick tunes
Yeah.
you can have in Nigeria. But let's talk about this now. Joining us is the public relations manager, Max FM, Taiwo Titoji. She has been pushing Max FM for the past 2 years.
Everything you
Taiwo.
see about Max FM comes from here. The PR is so fantastic. How do you guys do it?
Well, thanks to an amazing team. You know,
wow.
everything has been a smooth run. And also to the CEO for allowing us to do what we want to do as well. So
I can remember that when TVC Communications was doing its relaunch, you
Yes.
were part of, you know, the process, and
Yes.
then you were moved to Max FM. So what were the strategies you put in place to see that it grew its audience to this point?
okay, so first of all, part of the strategies that we implemented as a team was to make sure that we create top of mind awareness, and that's to make sure that we're visible. So we're partnering with a lot of events, you know, we're doing sponsorships, you know, and just activations pretty much. So we go to specific places to just make ourselves visible. So that was part of the strategies, because nobody really knows. I mean, they hear Max 102.3, but they don't.
But they needed to see a face to the name.
Exactly, to the name. So that has been a strategy. And now we're turning 2 years old.
How do you feel?
Well, I mean,
See your hard work.
I feel excited, and I hope, you know, the rain doesn't mess things up, you know, but everything looks great. You know, I'm part of what we're trying to do is to foster relationships with the entertainers, you know, the clients, the agencies. That's the main goal of this studio party that we're running, or we're trying to run today.
Okay, in 2 years now, we have seen that as Max FM has grown in leaps and bounds, so also the personnel, the on-air personalities as well. How does that make you feel that as the company grows, the people are also sought after out there? I know that some of the on-air personalities go on gigs, personal gigs, as a result of their relationship with Max FM.
Yes, so part of the strategies as well, you know, like you rightly said, most of the OAPs, the presenters, we try to, so the events that we partner with, we try to make sure that they're co-hosting, or like, you know, there's some sort of presence with the presenters. So that has helped hugely, even online presence as well. Their social media handles as well. They try to make it active. You know, there's not the station. What I'm trying to say is the presenters have a lot to do with the growth of the station
and its audience.
So
this is just 2 years now.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, so to speak, where do you see Max FM? Because
number
Max
one,
FM is already
we're top 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not just Lagos, also Abuja.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we also have our Abuja station, which is 90.9, and we're a year last month actually. So it's just we just keep moving and keep moving on.
Absolutely, keep moving and keep moving on. Any plans to, perhaps you see stations in Nigeria these days have other substations. Are there plans?
Of course, there are always plans, you know. I don't want to spill the bean, but yeah, there are definitely plans.
Taiwo is hiding something.
watch out for Max FM.
So what should we look out for today's celebration? What's going to happen?
Okay, so today's celebration is just come party with us, you know.
Really? Did you invite me, Taiwo?
You, Veronica, we are going to party today.
Taiwo,
so
I'm offended.
No. And then, like I said, we also expect, you know, the celebrities to come.
Yeah.
You know, agencies. So you have celebrities like Sheyi, Enyanya.
Oh,
so,
okay.
you know, we're expecting them. And then also the agencies, you know, because we also want to partner with the agencies. They're the ones that bring in the money.
Yeah.
So
that's very important.
That's the sole aim and the goal of it
So
all.
are we invited now?
Okay.
Okay.
So shouldn't I be offended?
Okay.
Like,
well,
tell
I'm
me.
offended now.
Okay, of course. You know, you guys.
No, your eyes is saying something else. Actually, speak to the other one.
No. You're invited.
Okay.
I've personally invited you, Veronica, and Theophilus.
She has
You're
to
invited.
mention my name. But really great work you're doing,
Thank
Taiwo.
you.
Great work.
Thank you.
But then, let's look at how collaborative efforts now. Max FM, TVC, we're all one family.
Of course.
So, what are you looking at when it comes to relationship, working together, shared services, as some would call it?
I mean, so one of this is what's happening right now. You know, TVC promoting the sister company, Max FM. So this is one of the things we're also looking at. You know, not just TVC News, but TVC as well. You know, when events organizers approach me, for example, you know, I sell not just Max FM, but TVC, the whole family as a whole. So those are one of the things we're doing in terms of like collaboration and cross collaboration.
Collaboration. Interesting. But one thing that also interests me is the fact that, you know, this was never your line. I remember we had that conversation, and you've been able to break ground, so to speak. How is the experience for you personally speaking now?
It's been surprisingly fulfilling, I must say. Like, I never expected to have this much fun. And also, Max FM staff, I think it also goes to say the average age of staff at Max FM is relatively young. So, you know,
So the age came to play.
the age also came to play. And then, you know, brainstorming, exchanging ideas. So it was an easy transition for me, you know, from TVC News to Max FM. So, but generally speaking, I mean, this has just been just an amazing footstep to greater things that I have planned.
Obviously, and we can only wish you the best. Taiwo Otito.
Much.
Thank you for speaking to us, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
We're
The
sure going to-
offense
we're
is
sure-
gone.
We're sure going to be at the party
No,
today. We're sure going to be at the
There's
party.
more chops, right?
Yeah.
Not just that, there's plenty. Real food. I trust Taiwo.
Thank you, Taiwo.
Thank you.
Max FM is 2 today.
And that journey that started 2 years ago has seen Max FM 102.3 growing in leaps and bounds. In the short period of its existence, Max FM has achieved what many radio stations have only wished for. Just 8 months into its launch, Max FM became the #1 hits music station and has consistently grown its audience since then.
Time of celebration as we launch Max FM 102.3 right here in Lagos. Thank you so much.
All right, Max FM is 2 today. This is October 2017 till date. They've been blazing the trail in broadcasting. Now, joining us now is the Public Relations Manager, Max FM, Taiwo Otito. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you have a lineup of activities today. Okay, let's run through what's happening with the celebrations today.
Okay, so today the event starts at 5 and we are expecting celebrities. We're expecting agencies, and we're also expecting celebrities managers as well as in-house staff, and the presenters as well.
Talk to us, because one of the major high points is going to be about achievements so far. Talk to us about this achievement.
Okay, so since inception, like I'm sure we're all aware that we're formerly Radio Continental, and
Absolutely.
so we changed that to Max FM, and it's purely entertainment and music station. So one of the major highlights is we've been the top 5 radio stations in Nigeria, as well as we currently have 1.6 million listeners.
Wow.
So that's a major highlights, and
And you know that maintaining that spot, because the competition
So high.
is out there and it is intense. So how do you intend to maintain that slot or move, push, break the boundaries?
Okay, so one of our strategies that we're working on is to create top of mind awareness to our listeners, and just to not just our listeners, but just to people generally, and to put ourselves out there. So one of the ways we're doing that is through partnerships, events, sponsorships, activations. We go every month doing activations in various locations, just to make sure that people put a face to the station and also to the presenters. So that's part of the strategies that we're working with or working on.
So our listeners invited for today's party?
Yeah. So we're inviting 5 listeners, listeners that are constantly
consistent with the station.
Exactly, and we're also inviting a few staff members.
She said it. She finally said it.
Okay, so officially we are invited.
Yes, all
officially.
invited.
No, officially you're invited. Officially, Veronica.
Okay.
Thank you, Taiwo.
Thank you very much, and
We wish you
congratulations.
all the best.
Thank you.
More wins.